Aha! Showtime!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, degenerates of all ages, welcome to the Friday evening show. I am not even sure if I'm on right now or not because I'm having audio difficulties. Why is that doing that? So you guys got to let me know if I'm on or not. Oh, I think I am. I see myself bouncing around in the chat window there. So yeah, hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties today. I am on. Okay, good. Thank you, EPD. Appreciate that. So welcome to the show, folks. We got a big show tonight for you. Foxx Vinyer will be joining us very shortly. We'll be talking wrestling. We'll be talking music. We'll be talking acting and a whole bunch of other lovely stuff. Well, you probably don't want to see me anyways, Dawn, but I'm here. So as long as the audio is good and the video is good, I guess we will continue. Very special happy birthday to Tony, my old friend. Used to call her Ma because she used to take care of us all on the road. She's awesome. Tony, happy 39th birthday. And to also Christian Bavona of Deveria. He turns a lovely 85 today, I think. If you guys aren't following us on social media, we got a ton of them for you. YouTube.com/thatfuzzing518 show. Subscribe, like, and share over there if you wouldn't mind. Facebook.com/518fuzzy. That is where we are on Facebook. Insta is at thatfuzzing518 show. And of course, our newest endeavor, TikTok at thatfuzzing518 show. We're going to start pushing that real soon and getting some fun stuff up there too. Yeah, so that's where I have some stuff to go over. As of May 4th of this month, I am officially retired. So now I can do this full time. I can come bug you in your house full time. So yeah, I retired as of May 4th was my first technically retired day. Just waiting for all of the particulars to come through. But yeah, I'm a retiree. So now I get to take my naps and I get to take a nap after the nap because I'm tired from the nap. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, Tony Katane, as you guys all know, Tony Katane passed away this past week. Unfortunate. She was definitely one of my favorites in the 80s and early 90s. Had a lot of boy girl things in my mind with her, you know what I mean? But unfortunately she passed away. I didn't hear it, but I heard it from other people that I guess Pix 106 morning show is bagging on her pretty bad. I mean, that's pretty disrespectful. Kind of sucks, but you know, I guess I don't know what I expect from. It wasn't too humorous now, was it? Sorry, man. Had to say it. Good evening, Paul. Good evening, Tony. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. EPD's here. Dawn's here. Letitia's here. Oh, Letitia's here. Outstanding. Who else is in here? A bunch of people hanging out tonight, getting ready to chat with Mr. I don't know if I should call him Mr. Vinyer. I should respect him probably because he's jacked. He's a big dude. So, of course, our shout out to Jason at Bernie's Blue Line Barbecue, Bernie'sBlueLineBarbecue.com. Go check them out over there. Tasty, tasty, tasty food. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hashtag follow Fuzzy. That's good. I like it. Capital Underground. If you've been living under a rock, nippertown.com exclusive. Capital Underground is every Monday morning is brought to you. It's an hour of local favorites, all local stuff. Our man Ralph Frenna puts that on every week for you guys. Over 25,000 now and going strong. Keep kicking that ass, buddy. Definitely an awesome show. Go check that out. Of course, go check out nippertown.com. You can go to the calendar section, which in the top bar is on the left-hand side. Click that, and that will bring you to what the fuzz is going on in the capital region, in the greater Nippertown area. I got to keep remembering to say that. We'll start with Saturday, May 15th. That would be tomorrow. Off the Record is at the Helderberg Mountain Brewing Company, 4 to 7 p.m. The Broken Hearted Tom Petty Tribute is at TJ's Flightline, 7:30 to 10 p.m. Eggy is going to be at Putnam Place, 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. Of course, Lark Hall in Albany presents Hanzolo, 8 to 10:30 p.m. Go check them out over there. Into the Mystic, the Van Morrison Experience, 8 to 11 p.m. at the Cohoes Music Hall. Wish You Were Here with Cersei, 8 to 11 p.m. online streaming from Club Helsinki in Hudson. Monday, May 17th, Swamp Baby's playing open for takeout. It's a virtual concert, 8 to 11 at the Linda, WAMC Performing Arts Studio. Make sure you check that one out. Thursday, May 20th, the Gibson Brothers return to the barn in Galway. Seating from 5:30 to 6:30, shows at 7:30. Reservations are suggested for that one. Where's Ralph? I don't see Ralph. Where's Ralph? Hi, Ralph, wherever you are. Sorry, guys, had a call come in. Next Friday, May 21st, The Restless Age Love at the Bearsville Theater, 7:30 to 10:30. I'm getting to the point where I can't read my own writing anymore. Oh, the Supper Club at the Hollow. Damn it. Featuring the age 6 to 9:30. Reservations are required for that one. The Black Elks Club benefit at Putnam Place, 6 to 10 p.m. next Friday. Tanya Asili. Man, I practiced this one too. Tanya Asili and Gaetano Vaccaro. The Uplift Commission series at the Hall, 7 to 10:30 p.m. Go to nippertown.com. Up on the top bar of the where you go through the site, where you navigate. I have to like type. I should type it. Up where you navigate, top left-hand side on the bar, that is where you will find the calendar. Click on calendar and run down that. You will see all the good stuff. I know, EPD. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I should listen to you more often. I mean, you are the EP of this show. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at, folks. What the fuzz is going on? We got that taken care of. Eileen, where are you guys seeing all these chats? I don't see Eileen. Where's she? Hi, Eileen. Good to see you, darling. Very nice to see you. So I guess we are going to, as long as my man is ready, he looks like he's primed and ready to go. You all set, my friend? He is indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen him in the ring, you've seen him on stage, and you've seen him on the screen. Please welcome to the show our new good friend of the show, Foxx Vinyer.
With the maniac, filling up these zany rap. If you wanna step to me, I'll break you like a paying. Let me ask you this and that. Sure you wanna miss your back. There ain't no less in and that. They just show this at the match. 'Cause I will not lose. I will not lose. Instead of killing it, that's the energy now. Instead of killing it, that's the energy now. Instead of killing it, that's the energy now. Instead of killing it, that's the energy now.
There he is.
What up?
What's going on, brother? Listen, do you prefer Foxx or do you prefer Mr. Vinyer, sir? I just want to be respectful so I don't get my ass whooped. How's that sound?
You can call me whatever you want. Maybe even call me distributor of your new t-shirts. I don't know.
I love that shit. I like it, man. Fuck yeah, I like it a lot, man.
My nails are wet. I'm in the middle of painting them.
How have you been, my friend?
I've been good. I've been good. I've been busy. Let me take these off so I can actually see. They go, there's a microphone in them. So as you can tell,
Oh, that's pretty sweet, man. I like that.
Boom! I gotta wear them tomorrow when I go whoop some ass in Rhode Island.
You're wrestling Rhode Island tomorrow?
Yeah, moon socket.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
So is stuff starting to, let me ask you first, how did you make out during the whole COVID thing? You didn't get sick?
With my tongue. No, wrestling died. It shut off for me. It was like, no, we're good. Bye. See you later. We're poisoned.
But that didn't affect you personally wise though, right? You didn't get sick, or you didn't get sick or anything like that, right?
I don't get sick, man. I've never had a cold, a flu, maybe a runny nose here and there.
Well, if COVID's smart, I'd stay away from you too, man. You're a little too big for that thing. So, how long have you been in the wrestling business?
A dozen years. Come July 18th, will be 12 years.
Wow.
If I count 2020 as being a wrestling year, since I only really wrestled maybe like 5 times. So, well, there are guys out there who are like, I've been in the business for 20 years, brother, and they wrestled like 3 times over that 2 decades.
That doesn't count as a year, I tell you, right?
Wrestling toys on my wall. Judge me.
So are you currently in like an organization, federation, anything like that?
I'm not signed to anybody, but AEW, Ring of Honor, any of you guys who watch, I would love to join your team. No, like just doing some independent stuff. I obviously like, here and there. Shows, if they pop up and I'm available, I'm on it.
Now, I know in doing research for the show, I know that your YouTube, your Foxx Vinyer YouTube has a ton of stuff. If you guys want to check out him in action, that's where you go. Go to YouTube and go to search Foxx Vinyer, and you'll find him there. And definitely a lot of cool matches on there.
Some good ones. I enjoy them.
So how many matches do you wrestle in a year? Like,
if you're lucky, it depends on this and that, but if I'm lucky, I'll get at least 120, because you get lucky with a Friday, Saturday. Sometimes you wrestle twice in a night. Sometimes
wow,
count it.
Do you do tag team stuff too, or is it just solo?
I started my career as a tag team. Me and my best friend were capital punishment, because we punish people and we're from the capital.
I like it.
Yeah, we did that for about 2009 we debuted, and then he went off to become a head coach of the Hudson Valley Girls. Probably 4 years. I've only been solo for probably about 6 years now. Maybe half my career. I did.
What do you prefer better? You prefer tag team or solo?
I love tag team wrestling if my tag team partner cared as much as I do. Like, I'm old school, so I want to have like head to toe matching gear. Like think of like the Killer Bees, Legion of Doom. They looked exactly the same coming out. I do like that there's much more you can do story-wise in a tag team, but being a solo artist is just as good for me, because I don't have to rely on anybody else except for me and what I can do and what I can bring character-wise, this and that.
That makes sense. Is there more demand for solo guys or tag team, or doesn't it matter?
It depends on the company, I guess. Like there's some companies that are like, we're straight tag team, so then it's obviously tag team. Then it's other ones who are just like, oh, you're my friend, I'll put you on. But I'll do either. You throw me in a tag team, as long as you're a dude or a chick, I don't care, who's gonna be like, let's match head to toe, I'm in.
So is it, let me ask you this. When you go to, like, say you go to Rhode Island and they want you to wrestle in a tag team match with somebody you don't know, does that suck, or is it like, can you pretty much work with the other people?
A lot of companies do that for people. They're like, hey, we don't really have anything. We can throw you in the tag. We can make a tag match at maybe there's a guy sitting around who came and helped with the ring, was looking for a chance to, pay their dues. And it's like, hey, we can do a tag match. I'd be like, yeah, let's do a tag. But it all depends on like you can have fun in a tag match, even if you're just thrown together for the night. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you have fun doing it and tell a good story and whoop some ass.
That's right. When did you decide to become a wrestler?
Last year. Well, it was 2006. My best friend, who I didn't see since like high school, I just saw him driving, and I was like, "Is that? Let me go chase this dude down. Make sure see what I think it was my friend." And we were talking. And he was like, "Yeah," because he worked at the gym at the time. Like, yeah, I talked to a bunch of guys up at Gold's Gym, and one of the guys told me that there's a school opening up. I'm gonna go check it out. And I was like, "Oh man." Because my brother used to hang out with like Kenny Casanova and all the guys in Action Man Comics up in the mall, and they used to go pay like $8 to go to Schenectady or whatever. You wrestle in the ring, and they film you and talk and like do the commentary and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like 13, I did that, and I was like, yeah, I was in a wrestling ring before, so I'm gonna go check it out with you. So I went up, and I obviously love wrestling. So the trainer JP Black, Dark Pony, what's up? I know you're not watching. You don't care about me. I was like, hey, I would love to train. He said, give me my money up front because, you know, you have to pay to play. And, of course, at 21, I was like, I have no job right now. Like, I just lost my job. And lo and behold, I got home the next morning, phone call from a pizza shop. Hey, I'm wondering if you want to come work. Got there on the Monday. I said, hey, do you mind if I get an advance for like $300 so I can pay this guy? I want to be a wrestler. And my boss was like, okay. So,
wow, then, that's cool.
Boom. Trained for about 9 to 10 months, twice a week from like 11 in the morning. We drove up to Hudson Falls, right above the Knights of Columbus. Mm-hmm. So it was like Saturday and Sundays. We did from like 11 in the morning. Sometimes we stayed like 7 at night.
Wow.
Switch it to like Tuesday during the week. But like, yeah, and like as you were asking about tag team, me and my best friend are like, hey, we want to be a tag team. So our trainer, he called in like the Outcast Killers, who were a big independent tag team, the Now, and like I'm still good friends with Omar Tortuga, the Outcast Killers. When he comes out of retirement, I'm like, beat his ass too. But like as right now, WWE's Bobby Fish came and he was throwing me around, trying some new moves. But yeah, so then just became a tag team. And that's how it came. Did this, that. Won a title, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, I'm going to try solo because my tag partner left. And it was more of I had to do something. And then thankfully he left because I found who I was, you know?
Oh, there you go. So who was actually the biggest influence on your career, like getting into it? Did you have like a big influence that was like your major, like, I want to be that guy?
I mean, this Hogan right here.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, there's a Hogan shrine right here, brother.
Holy shit.
That's
awesome. Hell yeah.
6-foot Hogan cutout. No, I don't really have like a I want to be like this guy. But when Hulk Hogan turned bad to Hollywood Hogan, he's obviously the coolest dude in the history of the earth. Mm-hmm. And I'm like that, no matter what. Even if it's just like I'm going to go to McDonald's. I got to be like Hollywood for life, you know. But growing up, I loved Bret Hart. He was my favorite. He's right behind me right here. I did get to meet him at a show for Big Time Wrestling down in Poughkeepsie at the Mid-Hudson. And we got to do a cool little thing. I was wearing my pink and black because I'm like, that's what I wear.
Sure.
And I told him, I was like, hey, I'm wearing my pink and black. Like I'm a wrestler because of you. Like you're my favorite. He's like, oh, thanks, man. We took a picture together. We got into the ring. Or he was in the ring cutting a promo. Come out, and I was like, yeah, you're wearing my colors. He's like, hey, this kid's a piece of shit right here. I said, whoa, Brett. We're friends. And then I think I got beat up by the Patriot or something that night. Or whatever.
Nice.
Tony Atlas or something.
So now that was my next question is like aside from Hulk Hogan, is there more of some of your favorites that you have out there besides Hogan and Bret Hart?
I mean, I love Macho Man. I like his mannerism because he wasn't a big dude. Like I'm only like 5'10". Macho Man was about short, but everyone else in that era was like 6'8", you know. But Macho Man had the charisma, yeah, do all that. But like Macho Man, I liked DDP because I was in the I was part of the Attitude Era growing up, like the '90s. So like the month before, I'd sit there and I would flick back and forth on Nitro and Raw. Stone Cold, you know. I remember I was in 6th grade, 7th grade, or whatever. I was doing Taekwondo, and we'd have like our sparring. I ended up trying to stunner somebody during it. Whatever. Once I throw your kicks, I'll stunner the shit out of you.
You can't do that, damn it.
I'm gonna step into the octagon or whatever they have.
I know I talked to you before about that. I used to watch all the time. I was a huge fan. I know just about enough to get me in trouble. You know what I mean? So like when I grew up, I remember going to like the RPI Fieldhouse and Glens Falls Civic Center and seeing like the Wild Samoans, seeing like Bob Backlund. Like I'm old, man. I'm talking way back. Like
they had the big famous Ric Flair Terry Funk match at the RPI Fieldhouse.
Wow, dude, it was so cool, man. And then for all of the a lot of the Monday Night Raws that used to come, I was a huge Stone Cold fan, so I would go with my wife at the time. We'd go there. We'd go to every when they came around. We'd go to everyone. But I don't know like the technical end of like the business end of it. You know what I mean? I know the entertainment end of it. I don't really know the business end of it. That's why I know enough about to get me in trouble. You know what I mean? So I kind of sound like I know what I'm doing, but I have no fucking clue. Just like
you gotta fake it till you make it.
So, have you held any titles?
Yeah, I have. I actually won my first championship one day before my 1 year in the business.
Oh, really?
We won the, it's actually on my wall over here, the United States Tag Team Championships for a company, Next Era Wrestling, out in Rochester. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, we won our first title. We got there and beat the Shamrockers, and it was like, oh, what do we do? And I was working as a telemarketer, too, at the time with my best friend who was the manager there. So, of course, the next day at work, or on Monday, we walk in with the belts on. All right, who's ready to make some cold calls? You know, I won the tag title there. We won an IWE, which is a company that used to be up in Maine. Then they started affiliating with a little baby piece of NWA. It was called NWA on Fire, run by like the Savolis. Mm-hmm. We were tag team champions at the same time as IWE tag champs, which was pretty cool. I became television champion for a company called Slam All-Star Wrestling in St. Albans, Vermont, where I kind of started finding my persona up there. So I missed that place. There was no TV, so I was a television champion of nothing, but I call it the Vermont champion TV.
I like it.
I was recently the PPW No Limits champion, and that's a company called Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling out of Littleton, Pennsylvania, which is an amazing company, and I cannot wait for them to start running again so I can win every damn title because I am ready.
Now, when you win a title, do they make belts for you guys and then you keep them forever, or do the belts get handed off to the next guy that wins them if somebody beats you?
No, I won. Like, there was a company where I was the first heavyweight champion of the company. It was a new company. It was called Pro Wrestling Takeover out of Maine. And the promoter thought that I wasn't worth what I was asking for my pay. I guess I'm a bad person. I don't know. But it was an awesome company, like great presentation, awesome roster. Everyone was awesome. And what they did was really awesome. They had the brand new championship, but it was in like a rifle case. So it had to be like 2.5 feet long.
Right.
A giant briefcase. So I did lose that championship, but I was like, you know what? I have more room in the car now. I don't have to worry about anything. Because depending on what it is, you have to carry it around. Like,
sure.
Guys, if you're in like WWE, I think they maybe give you a replica that you can have like of your own, but I'm pretty sure they just swap them. Well, now it's just like, hey, let me get this. But before, that's why it was so prestigious, because if you won a title, like, oh, this is the actual belt that Dusty Rhodes had or something, you're like that.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know, like in the Attitude Era, everybody was kind of like designing their own.
Yeah,
belt.
like they gave Stone Cold, which is cool because it had a cool story that got thrown into the river and or the IC title, and then like Stone Cold made his own.
Yep.
They actually changed all the championship belts in Albany. Like Stone Cold came out with the best title they ever made, the Winged Eagle. Like it was the Bret Hart title that he always had.
Yeah, I thought that was cool too. Yeah. Yep.
And then Stone Cold came out, threw the title on McMahon's foot, grabbed the new one with like the blue strap, and then they had like a blue, purple, and whatever. Because I remember getting the action figure and it was like a blue rubber. I was like, oh man,
Yeah, that's cool, right?
like, here I gotta buy more. Market. I know what you're up to, Apple Wrestling.
That's right. See, now my executive producer, Dan, says, let's see the belt. I actually I had made a title belt for this show.
Whoa! Let's fight for it.
So that being said, yeah, I would just hand it to you. Here you go. I'm too old and too fat to fight.
Winner. Hand it over.
Too old and too fat to fight, my friend. Too old and too fat to fight.
Me too.
So now, what was your biggest, the biggest crowd that you ever wrestled? Like the biggest audience you ever had? Do you know that one?
I don't know the exact number, but like a company called actually right here, Northeast Wrestling.
Hmm.
They always did like Under the Stars over at the Valley Cat, the Hudson Valley.
Yep.
I don't know how many people they had there, maybe 3,000 or something like that. But it was pretty cool. Like I got to team with Hacksaw.
Oh, there you go.
But I know there was my first big crowd without me having to sell tickets. Bow, was Las Vegas Television for Ring of Honor. It was the first time they're like, "Hey man, you're going out cold," and I was like, So it's just me and the referee walking to the ring. The crowd, probably about like at the time, I think it was like 3,500 in that little spot. Maybe I could be less. I don't know. I was just like, oh my God, it's my first time on TV. I don't know. And I hear them start chanting, "Who are you? Who are you?" And I had face paint on. They're like, "Face paint guy, face paint guy." So at the end of it, after I got beat up, they were like, "Face paint guy." So I was like, all right, cool. At least I got something out of it. But that was pretty good. But like, it's like for me and for most people in wrestling, there's the word of it's 10 or 10,000, you wrestle the same. You give the same energy. But like I've been in a place where there was 500 people and it sounded like 10. And then I wrestled in a spot where there's 50 people to 100 people and they sound like 100,000 people in a stadium because they're so into it and it's just you can have a different vibe. It's awesome.
Well, I'm sure you'd rather wrestle with people that are into it rather than people that are kind of just sitting there with their thumbs up their asses. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, well, it depends because like some of the people who are just like, "Oh, I don't want to be here," I make them want to be. Like my character, me, it's just me. I'm very interactive with. If anyone watching has ever seen me out, I'm very interactive with when I'm in the ring. Like I'll get out of the ring, I'll sit in the crowd, and even if I'm getting beat up, like, "Hey man," leaning on a little kid, like, "Hey dude, like I need your help, man," you know, or even the people who don't want to, you know, there's always that one guy who's like, "I'm only here because my son," he's all mad. And I make him like, "You have to slap my hand, man. I can't do anything until you give me that high five."
Right.
And people get into it. Like, so those are kind of cool people to have like a challenge, but obviously you want the people who are there because they love wrestling. I'm there because I love wrestling, you know?
Sure. Now, where do you train now? Do you have a spot where you train now, or?
I don't have a consistent spot, but I was training up in Schenectady at the Ground and Pound. Shout out to Jimmy Jack Cash and his school up. Pretty good, but I just haven't been time to get up there because, you know, acting, music, and wrestling, and just doing everything to get up to be able to be like, all right, I got to go drive a half hour, 40 minutes to spend 2 hours in the ring working out with some good people up there, and you know, and you just get tired. It's like, I'll get it later. So a lot of the training is in the ring. Like tomorrow, it's my not first match in a while, but in like a few weeks, and I'm going against Wrecking Ball Legursky, who's 6'5", 340 pounds of pure loser because I'm gonna beat his ass. Yeah, so that should be fun. You know, it's going to be in Woonsocket, Rhode Island at night outside. Hope I don't get cold, but should be fun.
What was one of your favorite matches that you were in of all time?
I have two that I really, really enjoy. Well, they're kind of like a slew of them. My favorite one is with one of my good friends, King Leon the Sixth. That was I defended my Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling Championship, the no limit title, in Schenectady. So it was kind of like the hometown, you know, half hour away, whatever. Mm-hmm. And that was pretty good. And that was a big crowd, and it was hot that night. Like it was. I'm not saying the crowd was hot because they were, but I mean like it was in the Armory. I don't know if you've ever been to Schenectady Armory, but in the middle of June. Oof. With 500, I think 550 people in there, it was just sweat. It was just hot, but the crowd was into it. I was into it. Like we put together a really good story, real good match. And when you watch it back, it's on YouTube. Check it out, YouTube, Foxx Vinyer. Just type in King Leon and me. Towards like the ending or whatever, you can see there's one guy who jumps up because he was so mad, and then he got happy again. And I was like, yo, we had him. Other than that one, I had a triple threat match at Ring of Honor, which was one of my best showings there. And ironically enough, my last showing there, but I'll be back. But yeah, it was a triple threat match. It was Foxx Vinyer versus Cauliflower Chase Brown and Mikey Webb. And it was in North Carolina, and the first match of the night. It was like, hey, go out and, you know, get the crowd ready for the 4 episodes of TV we're taping, and we're going to film this for YouTube and whatever. And went out there, killed it. I did a backflip, missed it, got picked up, slammed into another guy, and the rest you'll have to watch to find out. But it was like, I love that match. I'll show that match to anybody. I'll enjoy it. I'll watch it 100 times. A few of the clips were in the little intro video that you made so perfectly on your own.
No, not true. So funny story about the intro video. I'll tell it because it's hilarious. So I just couldn't get the music to match up with the video. And I'm like, listen, man, can I just play the other video? He's like, hold on, let me try it. So 5 minutes later, he sends me a copy of it. He goes, not only did I do that in 5 minutes, he goes, did it while I was fucking driving. And I'm like, you mother. I'm like, now I fucking really hate you.
I'm scared.
He got it while he's driving in like 5 minutes. It was awesome.
I'm just good at it.
You're just that good, man.
I've edited videos, and I don't condone this to anybody who is not a professional a-hole on the road. But like I've on like a dead night highway, and you're just driving, or early morning, I'm headed to a show. I'm like, there was one time I was like, I got to get some merchandise. I got to go to Staples. I got to get some pictures printed out. Fans need it. I sat on my phone, driving, editing a picture, put it real quick. Cars drive themselves. It's called cruise control. Like, haven't you guys know?
Now, do you make out well on like merch and stuff like that? Do you have like all your own merch and all that stuff? Or
I have this sweet ass new shirt. Boom, $25. 25 bucks because it's awesome, and I can ship it to you.
Where can folks find that?
You can find it on my body or in my bin right here. Just Instagram me, Facebook me, Twitter me, whatever me. Send me some bread. I'll send you a shirt. Right now, the size of medium, large, and extra large. And there's this color, and just pretend the yellow's blue, and then pretend the yellow's green. Those are the 3 colors, brother. But yeah, like sometimes like it's hard to get a merch and like have all these shirts ready. I do have a pro wrestling tee store, but somehow they deny every picture I send them. I don't know what the hell that. They took my money. But yeah, I usually depend like big shirts that have like a good graphic that like, because this has like my band logo in the back too. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a multi-purpose thing. Sorry, Shaq, you can't be on the shirt. But yeah, so like I try to design my shirt so that it's like not going to be like a wrestling shirt. It's more of a shirt that anybody could wear. So yeah, hopefully more will come. The more I sell, the more people who get interested, the more fans I get, the more I will want you to wear stuff like me. Yes, Ralph, Renna, I will have shirts at RUMMMMMBLEEEEEEE.
Outstanding.
I'll have these shirts, and I'll also have Zoo Green 6 shirts available as well, which will be pretty much the logo without my handsome face here.
Are you gonna have fat guy size available?
Yeah, 2XL, 3XL. The bigger you are, the more you gotta pay. So that's just a little, that's how I feel. Gotta wear a 5XL. Gigantic. Blang blang. There it is.
There you go.
No more stripping for me.
Give me as many fat guy sizes you have. So you did mention music. We'll get into that real quick. You also have an interest in music. Tell us a little bit about Zoo Green 6.
Zoo Green 6 is a concept band that me and my best friend who passed away came up with when we were about 17, 18 years old in high school in 2003. He was making music, playing bass, and being amazing. I'm garbage. So I was like, I want to make music. And I was like rapping as a kid with my other friends down the street and stuff. So like he would play bass and like put like drum samples on, and I would just throw my shitty raps in there for him. And then like, hey man, I made this. He's like, well, I was like, I took your song and I put other stuff in it. So now we're gonna be like Zoo Green 6, man. It's a cool name. He's like, I don't understand it. I said, it just sounds cool. All right, whatever, dude. So I started calling us that when we did stuff. And so then I've always wanted to be the band name because I was like, oh, this could be whatever. And then I was in a band in 2003 to 2005, Third Day Risen. We played, Ralph put us on a few times. And then we were in Dissect the Enemy. We played a few. But then I did nothing in music. I did pretty much nothing until last year. COVID happened. Wrestling stopped. My girlfriend was like, I'm out of here. I said, all right, well, what do I do? It's like I have all these guitars sitting around my house from just having them, So I'm going to try to play some stuff. And my cousin, who's like playing bass for high school, is like 15. Me and him sat there, made a little riff. And he thinks he wrote the whole song. I'll punch him in his face. But he like kind of had like the little beginning of a riff. And then me and him worked on it. He went to play video games. I went home, wrote a whole song with just a drum beat that I had. I was like, yo, this is awesome. And then bullshit. A few months later, me and my drummer, Shai Kel, who's been my drummer every time I've been in a band, we got talking like, yo, let's try to do something. Like finally, like we're not 18-year-old anymore. Like we're double that. So then we started bullshitting. It was like, yo, we need something. I was like, all right, I overnighted an electric drum set so I could play in my apartment. And then we just started doing this. I picked up the guitar, laid some stuff down. We got, did everything that we have available on our album that is at RUMMMMBLEEEEEE. You can get like digital or an actual CD if you guys still like CDs. We did all in my apartment. That's why it's called Early Drive, because we both live in the same apartment complex. Mm-hmm. And we just like, hey, let's keep, cause in wrestling we have a thing. I don't know if it's a thing all around the world. The KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. I'm assuming it's a thing everywhere. So I was like, let's do that. You're an awesome drummer. I can rhyme pretty good, but I can also make decent, catchy riffs. Let's just keep it simple and just spit awesome stuff over cool drums and guitar riffs. And then we made a song. Oh, this is pretty cool. Did another one. And then it just started snowballing. We try to get other people in our band, like from our old bands, but they weren't really like in the same vision of what we wanted. And so we have Zoo Green 6, which was, for us, it was like a zoo. Everything could be different. Like, and on our album that's coming out that we have a song that is very metal. Dun, 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 dun. And then we have a pop. It's like, oh, these could be different animals in the zoo. Then we have one straight rhyme. We have one that's a verse starts and it's just piano and me rapping on it with a drum beat, Mm-hmm. So put it all together. And then also I was like, anybody can be in a zoo. So if you were like, hey, 518 Fuzzy wants to come down and lay some riffs down in the zoo. Okay, boom. you're a part of the zoo. And now it's like anyone can be a part of the hip hop punk that is Zoo Green Sick. And it's just, we're just high energy, fun. And it's just like, I can't hit notes. I'm not a note hitter. La, 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 la. No, I have a $500 pedal that does shit for me. But if people on the radio and all these shitty stations can auto-tune the shit out of crap and people buy it, I think our good songs can have a little bit of fun in it too. Mm-hmm. And that's just like having some fun, trying to play. And then like right now it's just me and him. And then when we play live, eventually when everything gets open and we get our set together, you know, I'll bring in my cousin who plays bass. Oh, here we go. Boom. My other buddy has a show tonight right now. He's in a jazz rap band. Like he'll come play guitar. So I have like things lined up because anyone can be in the zoo to play. I can teach you the song. You can come play on stage with us because the zoo's for everyone. You know what I mean?
Dude, that concept is cool. I dig it, man. I actually have one of your songs. It's 10 Toes Down from Zoo Green 6. Shall we play it for the folks?
Yeah. This is
right.
10 Toes Down, created last summer almost to the day, to be honest with you. Give credit to my little cousin for starting the riff. You didn't write the whole song. I punch you in the face, little bitch. And let's fucking rock.
Check it out, guys. Zoo Green 6, 10 Toes Down. We'll be right back after the song.
Just sealed your fate. To see what Vinny's made of. Was that your plan to stand? You wanna throw him? I'm a quickie, it's the thickest bustin' bustin' for days. I'm so I said I'm feeling like that in its own rays all day. Every day it's safe to say you should stay the hell away. Come on, take those down, get ready to draw. Let's go double touch and enjoy. I don't care who the fuck you are, 'cause I'm down to fight them all. Come on, take those down, get ready to draw. Let's go double touch and enjoy.
Absolutely love it, man. Absolutely love it. Hell yeah.
That's what we do when you have no idea for a concept. It's like, hey, we were actually trying to write some more songs because we're like, never stop writing, let's keep making shit. And it was like, I'm watching my cat on the back. What are you doing? And then it was like, yo, the roads are wet. let's go film some shit because wet roads look cool. And then we just did whatever. And again, I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning editing that video. I did it all on my phone, just like we're the dusty roads of music by being the common man. Anyone can do it. If you can play our riff, well, I mean, like anyone can play. My cat just played the riff, actually. That was her. She was killing it.
So I need you to take me to the spot in Watervliet where they have fireworks in the road. I want to go there. That's where I want to go.
Those are special. You can have fireworks in any road you go to.
So I got a couple of questions for you as far as like the bigger federations go. This is just my curiosity. I was kind of thinking about this shit the other day. So aside from yours, because yours is clearly the best out of everybody, what is your favorite gimmick of all time? And I'm going to follow it up by what is your least favorite, just so you know.
Favorite gimmick. Like, are we talking gimmick or like character? Because they might be a little bit different. Like Hollywood Hogan, he's just awesome because his character is, I'm just Hollywood Hogan. I am bigger than professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have like people who have a gimmick, like right now, Bray Wyatt is a fiend. He has a mask and he's like all dark and mysterious. Like Undertaker is a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared of the Undertaker and Papa Shango, any of those motherfuckers right there who were making people bleed, like that. Favorite of all time. I mean, Hogan's my guy for character and gimmick because even if it's to say your prayers, eat your vitamins, like blah, 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 like that gimmick, that character it was more of his promos. You could say nothing, but you're listening because you're like, oh, and the power and the Hulkamaniacs and Hogan and we're swimming. And you're like, yeah, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Gimmicks and characters that I hate are everyone. This is independent. The big names kind of do it sometimes, but I think they know not to. They do. Everyone has like the mysterious, like, they're wearing like the Rock clothing or they're, what's the word? They're supposed to be. They're like everyone who looks at Hot Topic in a ring, and it's like, yeah, I'm gothic, and it's like, are you? Like, why? People who paint their face but don't have a reason to paint their face. Mm-hmm. I paint my face because firework, like it's me. It's colorful. Like it's bringing out the dark sky. Firework light up. But then there's people who just paint their face. It's like, oh, I just want to paint it. Like it has nothing to do with the character. It doesn't look anything. You're wearing camouflage, but you have white face paint. But yeah, I don't get those. But like Sting was one of my favorite when he turned to the Crow. That was even when he was the blonde, I liked it. Even though I didn't get to watch much because like I didn't have TBS or whatever. But when I did see it, I was like, whoa, like he has the sparkle. Maybe that's why I have sparkles. He has all sparkles and paint, but then he went to the Crow and it was like everyone, like he was a cool, mysterious, like didn't talk for a year. Like that was awesome. But then you have like the horrible ones that WWE did, like the Gobbler or like the Goon, who was like a hockey player. The best gimmick of all time would be Mr. Perfect, though, because who doesn't throw a football 100 yards and catch it himself?
Or spit his gum and smack it with his hand.
Yeah, and that's the only way that I can spit out gum.
I still do that to this day. Every time I spit out gum, I do that.
Or if I have a towel, I'll try to throw it behind me, catch it.
Oh, what the hell is it? Oh, Doink the Clown is probably my least favorite.
Really?
It just annoyed me. It was like,
Doink was so good.
He was good, but just that whole gimmick was like.
There was different things. There was Doink. Then they had like, Dink came in. There was like Little Doink and all this. But when Doink became an evil clown, he started his music like dan, dan, dan.
Yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of Dink then.
Well, Dink was like the little person one. Doink, I know.
I think that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Dink. Yeah.
Doink, they gave him a clown gimmick, like he was a clowny, but he was a clown that like he would do goofy shit, but beat you down. And then like you're like, oh, wait. But he was like, I actually liked Dunk a lot, especially when he became evil and like took off his arm and hit Crush in the face.
Yeah, I think it was Dink. I was thinking the little guy is what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Of.
that was
Dink. Yeah. So who do you think has or had the best merch
ever, or who's had the most
ever? Best ever. Because most I don't think is necessarily best. But
that's true. Because I was gonna say John Cena had the most of like every color. The coolest one that I always wanted to buy would be the NWO, because like theirs was just the NWO, and then when Hogan got his own, it was like really Hogan had so many. That's kind of like what inspired like these, because like Hogan had himself on it, but like in cool like distorted shit, and it looked awesome. I've always liked Bret Hart had the cool merch with like the skull and the heart. But one of the biggest merchant of all was, I don't know if you know anything about Bullet Club.
no.
So Bullet Club was I think there still is, but not as big as what they were. So you know the NWO, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bullet Club was like, he's in WWE now, Finn Balor.
Yep.
And Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, and then the Young Bucks and all these guys, they were in Japan, and they basically just did everything NWO used to do. They even did the Too Sweet, came out, and it was like, and they were just cool. And they were basically the NWO 0.2. Like, it was like out, like, I don't want to say our generation because I was NWO, but like, I still feel like I'm 16 or 17-year-old kid. So like, say if you were a kid again, boom, that's your NWO is Bullet Club. And I was at Ring of Honor, like I was on shows, and like the crowd is just ECW arena, and there's like what 2,000 people in there or whatever, and then you just hear like 444 live Bullet Club, and boom, explode. Then they had their one shirt that was the best merchandise because it was just said Bullet Club, but then everyone parodied it, like had a parody of it, and then like anyone in the group also had their own. Even what's his name, Steve Amell, the Arrow actor.
Mm-hmm.
He was on one of their shows, and he had the Vigilante Club. Everyone had a thing called club. That's when you know it was good, when too many people have it.
Right.
Like people had like Breakfast Club, and it was like the Fork and Knife, and like there was some cool stuff, but they had really, and like all their stuff was really cool designed. So I think they like Bullet Club and NWO were probably the best two, because like NWO was simple cool, and Bullet Club had cool design. So it was like a band shirt. Like
Yeah.
That's
I
what I feel
remember
like.
when the NWO stuff came out, it was everywhere, man. It
So
was
much.
everywhere.
I think I got an NWO shirt in Walmart back in the day.
Yeah, I had the one that was red, and it was the red NWO. I thought that was cool as hell.
That's when they split. I remember I went to, it was in Latham Mall next to Action Man. They had like a place that was making shirts, and I made a hockey jersey with the red NWO on it, and I put a wolf on the back. It was just like some Google image, like
Right.
thing. But I mean, like DX too. They had good, cool stuff. Like
DX had great stuff. Yeah.
Going to school wearing I was in a Catholic school, telling like John 3. Yeah, right here. Steve Austin 316. I was in St. Bridget's in Waterville when all that Stone Cold stuff was happening. I remember I asked the teacher, I was like, hey, can you make me an Austin 316 sign? I'm going to Monday Night Raw. And of course, I don't know what 316 means at 12 years old or whatever it was.
Right.
I was like, yeah, it's awesome. And I was disappointed at her being a music teacher. I know she's not the art teacher, but all she did was on a black paper just wrote Austin, not even in a big bulky letter. It was just like stupid crayon. I hate you. You should be fired. But yeah, like Austin 316 was also a huge shirt.
Yeah, that was big.
It was cool. Then all they had to do for that, change the color. Oh, you got a red one? Boom, put some the one, his cool shirt was Austin 316. I think, or maybe it said Bloodstone. And on the back was his WrestleMania picture.
Mm-hmm.
13, where he it was black and white, but the blood was red. And it was just cool on the back, so like Bleedstone or Bloodstone, which is awesome. Those are my favorite ones. Yeah.
I remember I got my wife at the time bought it for me. It was like a baseball jersey. It said Austin 316 on the front of it. On the back, it had the Stone Cold skull on it. That was probably the coolest shirt I ever owned. I love that thing.
Was it the orange skull?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember it, like a black shirt with the orange Austin 316, the orange skull, like the orange blue. Yeah. See, it was the same logo, so he's like, let's put them color in it and sell the same thing to the same people.
Hey, why not though, right? I mean,
that's what I'm doing.
It's going to make you money.
Oh man, they're collector's items.
All right. Speaking of stuff you wear, who has or had the best ring gear?
Well, here's the change of the guard, because back when I was like really watching, like 90s until like mid 2000s to recently, but like I was always, because now it's all about the gear, what you wear. So
right.
It's kind of cheating to choose anyone for the last 5 years or whatever. So sorry guys, I'm gonna go with Bret Hart. Was always my favorite because he could have the black top with black pants, or pink top, black pants, like this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Or the black top, pink pants right here. Fucking right here, black pants, boom. Or pink top, and it would switch it all. But then, like, he would keep the knee pads, whatever color knee pad would be over his thing, and then he'd change his wrist tape too. And and that's why I want all of my gear to like have a certain match. It needs to do something. Like right now I wear my bubblegum gear, which is pink, like this pink and like a baby blue, which everybody started wearing for some fucking reason. But yeah, and then you just put it, I love Bret Hart having that gear, and that's why he just had the cool stuff. Even he had a little bit of splatter, which is what I do on my gear. Like like he was simple. And then Mr. Perfect was another one, because all he had was a singlet with just a black triangle on the back. And I'm a big fan of white boots, and I feel like bad guys would wear them a lot more. Mm-hmm. All I can remember is Mr. Perfect's boots. I don't know. I was weird watching wrestling as a kid, because I would watch the ropes and like how they got into the rope, or like when they're just standing there and they would take a step back. I'm just watching the boot. And so like, I'm like, white boots are where you can go. And like Lex Luger had boots that came up to his neck, apparently. Like they were huge. He had the biggest boots in the world. Yeah. Like, those are a chick show. And like, so that's why I started wearing white boots, because one, they show up better. Mm-hmm. Like it just gives a different feel than a standard black boot. Now I just wear hot pink sneakers because whatever. But I'll go with Bret Hart as the best gear for me, because it was the same color scheme, but he could switch it until he went to the one time where he wore like a pink singlet. And it was like, still look cool. Very tan.
I think for me, I loved Macho Man. Had cool shit all the time.
He had way cooler stuff when he started wearing pants, because he had more like real estate to put shit on. Yeah. Which, well, I was wearing pants too, and then I was like, nope, I'm gonna go to a singlet where I could have put, less, but I put more on it. But like now, consistency, like now, like Randy Orton has been wearing the same gear, just different color, which is cool. All my friends would hate me because we'd be watching wrestling. I'd be like, yo, new gear. He's wearing new gear. Because I would pop for it. I would love it. Because they're like, oh, man, you've been seeing this guy in black trunks forever. Now he's coming out with red trunks or green. Unless you're weird like Triple H. If you remember that one period in Evolution, he was like wearing like really long purple shorts and like.
Yeah.
And like he was clean shaven. I didn't like that at all.
I think one of my all-time favorites is probably the Road Warriors. Just cool. That's just cool, man. The painted faces, the freaking shoulder pads just coming out like fucking.
And they would do it special, like on like WrestleMania or SummerSlam. They had like a little gold trim and they
something different. Yeah, it's just like
SummerSlam. Yeah, and they added like a little gold to the gimmick on the leg. I remember my father took me, my brother, and my brother's best friend down to the Pepsi for like I think it was just a house show or something. And yeah, Shawn Michaels had good gear too. And we were sitting there. My dad was like, "Hey, look who's that is." I said, "I don't know." He turned around and big fucking dude. I was like, "Are you Animal?" He's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Can we get a picture?" So it's pictures by my sink actually. It's me, my brother, my brother's friend, and Animal holding his fast food pizza. He's like, "Come on, kid, I'm trying to eat my pizza before the show."
So if you had to pick, let's say if you had to pick the entrance music that would get you pumped up the most of all time, what would that be?
I'd like stay with. Well, that's a lot because of all time, there's so many like booms. You know, like you hear that glass break, you're ready to go. Or if out of nowhere, it's just like if you smell, like, oh shit. But
yeah, that's a good one too. I didn't even think of that.
Right, like
damn.
When Real American starts, but when Hogan started using Voodoo Child in WCW, the crowd would go nuts. You just hear nothing, and then you just hear
yep.
Biggest icon in wrestling. Which I think Dennis Rodman used it first, and Hogan's like, you ain't upstanding me, Vanderbeek. Like, give me that. But yeah, whenever you heard that glass shatter, you won't hear crowds like that today. Even if post-COVID, you won't hear it. But like, that glass shattered, the roof went crazy. Even the LOD, when you hear, oh, what a run, and then
that does it for me. That absolutely does it for me. Who do you think had the best entrance? Of like who came in the best? Mine is going to surprise you.
There's so many different factors for me. Like Austin came out and he had that swag, like I'm gonna beat everybody down. Rock came out like sexy as shit, like I'm the Rock, you know.
Yep.
Bret came down to the ring and he'd be like, and then Hogan's just pointing. I think I do all these in one entrance when I make my way to the ring. I fucking point everything. No, not Undertaker. His literally takes 45 minutes to get to the ring. You order a pizza and get it by then. I think Stone Cold had the coolest walk entrance, like walking. Although Jake the Snake was good too because he was quiet and had the just walk with the bag on. You know?
My favorite, and this is probably going to surprise you, which is going to lead me into my next question, but my favorite was fucking Taz. No more fucking badass than that. Towel over his head, coming in, fucking
ECW Taz?
No, WWE Taz.
And New Jack just died like an hour ago.
Yeah, I was just gonna say something about that.
Wow.
Well, actually, the last question I have for you is going to be interesting. I'm kind of curious to see what your thing is, but yeah, Taz with that fucking heartbeat, and then fucking beat me if you can, survive if I let you. The towel over the head, just fucking coming in, ready to fucking go.
Yeah, and that's what, and like a lot of me and my tag partner, when we started doing stuff, he would wear a towel to the ring and be in that zone. We had a big fight atmosphere, and I was like, I don't want to wear a towel too. So we ended up buying matching hoodies and would wear that to the ring. But yeah, like just that, Taz did have a good atmosphere of walking, especially because like, and ECW Taz was awesome when he did it, but like WWE took it and it was like, check this out. And they had like the boop, boop with the orange light. And then for some reason they gave him, if you want to, what was it? Cypress Hill.
Yes.
They made be a thug superstar. You're like, do I want to be a thug superstar? I think so. Yeah.
What about do you have a favorite like federation? WCW, ECW, TNT, or I'm sorry, was it TNT? Impact, WWE, WWF, whatever you want to call it. Do you have a particular one that you're more fond of than the others?
it's not. I don't know if it's more fond of like it's just like it's different things. Like right now, WWE's in a weird time because they don't have fans and they're like just doing stuff.
Mhm.
Then there's AEW, which is kind of like gives you the old WCW feel. Even it's even on TNT, you know. But like my favorite to watch was always Nitro. I mean, I loved Attitude Era Raw, but like 8 o'clock Nitro came on, or sometimes 7:55, but they do the tease like, "Hey, just coming up," and then like it was just like I hated the gray and black though. Like it was just like the dinge. I hated that, but it had a different feel. Same with like before WCW came to WCW, they were NWA. It was like a little bit of the smoke-filled arena. It gave more of the feel because that's what I ended up in. My first ones were smoke-filled arena stuff. But I'm more of a ring person. Like I have to see the ring. Like when I would go down the Pepsi and all that stuff, Knickerbocker Arena. I've told this before. Like we walk in, and like you know when you would first walk in, and like everyone's filing in early in the show to get your seat in the program, and there's nothing going on. It's just an empty ring by itself. I would always walk in and I would go. First thing I do is walk right to the curtain because I didn't know where my seat was. I'm just running away from my father. I'm going. I would just stare at the ring. At the time, it was all blue everywhere, and then white and blue ropes. And to this day, I will work for free if a company has red, white, and blue ropes, just so I could be in the ring and have footage and be like, hey, you know, because it takes me back. But like just staring at like that atmosphere was cool. I never got to go to like a Nitro or anything. But I did go to an ECW show, original ECW in Schenectady at the soccer was up there, and like that was fun. That was a cool thing. But like today's stuff, it's not all the same, but like just the production is all the same right now. As far as like, here's what we're doing, here's what we're doing. AEW is doing different stuff because they have a whole bunch, and they're bringing up a whole bunch of different stuff. But like NXT is pretty much like the best stuff that's out right now. They have a lot of good things. Plus, they're like atmosphere with the COVID stuff going on, but they have like cages set up, so it looks like underground, like cool, and it's black and yellow. But for me, it's always red, white, and blue ropes.
I was always an ECW guy myself. Holy shit, that stuff was fucking awesome. Unbelievable. Just the shit that they used to do. It's like,
right. And then
of course the crowd's like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah. I remember I watched one match with Jerry Lynn and Rob Van Dam, and like I forget the spot. Like Jerry Lynn went to do something, and Rob Van Dam jumped up and like moved. So he went to hit him with a chair, but he moved and like did it in the midair, jumped and like gave him like a fame-asser, and Jerry Lynn took it and was like this, like landed with his feet up in the air. And it was so good, like just the timing of him missing, and he picked the chair up and he moved and it was perfect. Just beautiful looking. I remember I was actually at a show with Jerry Lynn. I tried telling that too. I was like, I don't know how you did it. I want to learn it. Teach me. He was like, oh, thanks, brother. It was really good. It's just awesome. I'll find the match and try to post that clip because it's so smooth. You're like, how the fuck?
Do you remember the match when Taz broke Sabu's neck?
I don't remember remember it, but I didn't watch it like live or anything.
Oh my god, dude, it was sick. You could just tell. You're like, yeah, that dude's fucked.
The only things that I've watched like that was I watched uncensored. It was like Kevin Nash and Big Show, or the Giant, when he tried to powerbomb the Giant and broke his neck. That was bad. I was like,
I think I forgot a question, but back to your career. Have you ever had any pretty badass injuries, or like, are you pretty much healthy, knock on wood?
I mean, in the middle of throwing someone's head into a turnbuckle, I heard, and I was like, I don't feel good. And then a month and a half later, I was training. I had to cancel a match, which I didn't want to do, but I was like, I feel like I hurt my arm. And then a match, I felt good, kept going to the gym, push-ups, whatever. And then like a month later, one of my guys was working out with Kevin Landry. I was at his school, and he was like, how's your arm? I said, oh, it's pretty good. I'm feeling good. He's like, yeah, but your bicep is torn. What do you mean? He's like, look, your bicep. What the fuck? Next day, went to the doctor. They said, yeah, your bicep's off the bone. I was like, oh. Like, we can fix it. You're going to be out a year, though, because it can take 6 months for this to heal and then rehabilitation and all that. And at this point in time in my career was early 2016, and I just debuted at like top prospect turner of Ring of Honor. Like shit was gonna start popping off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did a little bit, but at that point I was like, I can't stop momentum at all. And the doc, I was like, well, what can I do? He's like, well, I can fix it for you, be out, or, and his words, quote, were, or you can get the fuck out of here because no one ever died from a bicep tear. He's like, you have tattoos, you just have a weird looking arm for a little bit, you'll be fine. And especially if you kept, and he's like, especially if you kept going to the gym and doing everything normal. I was like, yeah. And like to this day, it's still torn, like it's still gone. And like December, I think maybe the same year or maybe the year after, it was close proximity to it. Jumped off the top rope, landed on somebody right here. They did not fall, but I continued to fall. Mm-hmm. And whoosh, my whole arm went numb.
Oh, Jesus.
I was like, I couldn't lift I couldn't do anything. I was like, what's going on? This doesn't feel good. Ow, ow, ow. And then like under my arm hurt. And I was like, this hurts, this sucks. And I couldn't do flies at the gym. Of course, me, I'm just like, I'll be fine. I went to the gym the next day. You know, I don't stop. I just keep going. And then after a little bit, I was looking in the mirror and I started flexing my chest. And I'm like, why aren't you moving anymore? And even to this day, this is gone. I don't know if it's gone, but like it ripped off. It's right. Torn. And like sometimes I do this, I can feel it. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess that's how I am now. But I just kept going. Like, go. I mean, I'm nothing too bad. I mean, you get punched in the head, you get rocked around, but I'm pretty safe when I'm in the ring, and I'm pretty sure to make sure that anything that people are doing to me, I know that I can protect myself with. Mm-hmm. And I try not to go crazy. Let the guy after me in the match go crazy. You can do a backflip off the rope to the outside and hopefully somebody will catch you, because I know people who just like, oh, I don't know.
Whoops. Yeah, right. Yeah. So who has the best finishing move of all time?
That actually finished people? Because now finishers don't really finish people.
Yeah, that actually finish people.
I think it's a toss-up between, obviously, Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Because he hit that boot, bam, crowd went nuts. However, at the same time, Diamond Dallas Page had the diamond cutter going, and it was between him and Goldberg at the same time. Like Goldberg, he hit that spear, and you're like,
yeah,
jackhammer's happening. And then, I'm a big fan of the diamond cutter because he was hitting it from nowhere. Like he'd be in a defensive move, and then like boom, hit it, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna go with the diamond cutter all time for me, especially because now Randy Orton copies it and does whatever.
Right. Yeah, RKO out of nowhere or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna agree with you.
It looks like it hurts him more. Just he jumps up high in the air. But diamond cutter, like he grips you and like pulls you down and boom. Remember Hogan?
I gotta agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you 100%.
It's just good.
Yeah. A couple more questions, and I'll stop harassing you. The best mic skills of all time, and the worst mic skills of all time.
The best. There's a few. Like Rock, obviously. Mm-hmm. The Miz is one of the best people on the stick right now. He has been for the last 12 years, 15 years. Cena, when they let him like be himself, let him actually do it instead of read.
Yep.
The worst. That's Undertaker. He's horrible. He was never a good promo. Because you'd be like, yes, he's all like, yeah, and then he's like, by the way, and you're like, oh no. Definitely Undertaker's the worst.
That was the only one that I had listed for worst.
Yeah, I never liked him talking. But until he was the American Badass, when he could just be like, "Yo, I'm about to whoop some ass right now."
Yep.
Like, yeah, you're about like, he's gonna do that.
I think my best. I agree with you, The Rock, for sure. I think one of the best that I loved was fucking Rowdy Piper. I mean, like,
I was gonna ask you a question. I was gonna say, let me ask you, who's one wrestler that you love? And I was gonna answer with the wrestler that I hate the most, which is Rowdy Piper. And it's not because of anything he did in wrestling, like because he was a heel. Like, I mean, I watched his autobiography, so I kind of dislike him a little bit more, or a little bit less, or whatever the fucking thing I'm trying to say. But I just hate it every time he had say something, because I'm like, maybe he did his job, and this is why I hate him. Obviously, you're Roddy Piper. I'm like, I just hate that, like, he thinks everything he's doing is cool, or like, this is gonna be like, you want to win some of this? I'm like, is that cool? But maybe he was doing it to make me hate him, and job well done.
I think that was his thing, was just to get as many people as he could to hate him. It seemed like he was just going for it all the time, like he wanted people to hate him. But I think his quickness, just his quickness and the venom that he spoke with, was like spot on. I just, in my opinion, I mean, he was like, just his mic skills were amazing. I thought they were amazing. Just, I mean, always on point. You know what I mean?
Have you ever seen the Jay Lethal Ric Flair promo?
I don't think so.
I don't know if you know who Jay Lethal is or anything.
Oh, I hope that's not me again. You there, bud?
Yeah. In Impact, in Impact Wrestling, he would do an awesome Ric Flair impression.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he was in a feud with Ric Flair. So he comes out and he starts talking like Ric Flair to Ric Flair. And then they both start, Ric Flair flips out and Ric Flair takes his jacket off, throws it on the ground, drops an elbow. Jay Lethal takes his jacket off. Boom. Ric Flair throws his shoe at him, and they both go, "You can't beat me! Woo!" And they start a woo back and forth. And it's
fucking awesome.
Hilarious thing. I will link it and tag you.
Yeah, please do. That's cool, man.
It's awesome. Literally, after you watch it, let me know what you think of it being the best wrestling segment of all time. It's and it's amazing.
That's freaking awesome, man.
He's like, he starts talking, because he sounds just like him. He starts talking, he's like, you come here, and he's like, space now, and he's like, and then Flair flips out, and he's like, oldest bride, long side. And
that's the best.
And the best is Taz is on commentary with Mike Tenay, and they're just trying to keep their composure because it's just hilarious. Because they're just woo, and the camera's doing quick cuts back and forth, like woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, you gotta tag me now for sure. I gotta see that.
It is so good. It's so good. Ric Flair, he throws his shoe into the crowd and his jacket into the crowd and everything.
We're close to the end. I'm going to give you a chance to, I call it shameless plug time. Let you plug whatever you want. Shout out to whoever you want. But I have one more question for you, and this is probably going to be the most difficult one that I've asked you all night long.
Is it going to be what am I going to do?
Now, what you going to do, brother? Who do you think is the number one hardcore wrestler of all time? And if I gave you a list of 10 hardcore wrestlers, could you put them in order from 10 to 1?
10. Hey, will you turn the water off over there? Yeah. Fucking Mean Gene Oakland, my dad over there. So you want just the one hardcore guy?
Like the guy you think would be number one on the list?
Are you talking like Abdullah the Butcher hardcore or like hardcore Holly hardcore?
No, like Abdullah the Butcher hardcore, like real hardcore.
Well, New Jack was pretty hardcore. I would say, but one who did a lot would be Tommy Dreamer.
I got a list. You want me to? I'll read my list of 10.
Answer my text messages, Tommy. Yeah, give me the 10, and we'll try to put them in order.
I'll read you my list of 10. Do you want them in order, or do you want me to just run down the list? And I'll give them to you. How's it sound?
Yeah.
My number one is Sabu.
Sabu, yeah.
Number 2, Terry Funk.
Yo.
Number 3, New Jack. Number 4, Cactus Jack. Number 5, Bruiser Brody. Number 6 is the original Sheik. Number 7, Abdullah the Butcher. Number 8, Sandman. Number 9, Tommy Dreamer. Number 10, Hayabusa.
Yeah, Sabu definitely number 1. But now I feel like a lot of those are tame compared to the hardcore people that are out now, though. Like,
yeah, you got a point.
Like Necro Butcher, even from then. Like, if you ever watched any of his stuff, he had a piece of his arm missing in the one of match, like a big gash. And there's like light bulbs, like people are chewing on thumbtacks and like doing. But Sabu is definitely crazy because he would. Funny story about Sabu. I was at a show and I was facing Hacksaw. I'm in the back painting up and doing whatever, and they happened to have like a little mirror. Like, I mean, a mirror, but it was like, I forget the arena that it was in, but it was like a weird like locker, like old like armoire that had like a mirror in it, but it was like all shitty. And I'm sitting there and I'm like taking a selfie and I'm like flexing super hard. And I look over and Sabu pops his head in. He's like, "What the fuck? Let's go." And then that same night, he did this whole thing where he jumps off the rope through a table. Table didn't break.
Oof.
He did it 3 times, didn't break, and then he finally got it to break. After the match, came back to the locker room, sat down, was like, "You all right, man?" He's like, "I just broke my brand new hip that I just got put in last week or whatever."
No shit.
It was within the month or something. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "Hardcore. He's got any those pains?" I ain't got it. I can't help you. I was like, "Oh." It was just, that was hardcore to me, that because I watched him try to break the table because it wouldn't break, so he just kept jumping on it with somebody on it, and then he was like, "I broke my hip." He was so at the same time, but he like got up and went walking. I broke my hip. Oh Jesus!
These guys are just dedicated. I mean, you guys are all dedicated to the cause, man. It's all for like entertaining the crowd. That's fucking amazing.
I mean, you got the show has to go on, right?
True story. So we're at the end now where, like I said, I give you a chance to open up. The floor will be yours. You can shout out to anybody that you want. I know you want to talk about the your upcoming match and, of course, Reverbicon. So we'll go over that as soon as you're done with your shout outs, plugs, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, if you want to become a fan of mine or the band and the music that you've heard, loved, listened, you can just at the name that's here, Foxx Vinyer. You can at Zoo36, that's ZOOGREEN, the number 6, not like number 6, just 6. Find me Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, /here/there. If you like wrestling, do it. If you like music, do it. If you like toys and shit, do it. Yeah, and then if you want to see me wrestle live, we have Woonsocket, Rhode Island tomorrow. Information is on my Facebook, which I just told you to go to. And then the week after that, we'll be at PAPW in Connecticut. That's Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, ran by Hall of Famer, I think he's Hall of Famer, Paul Roma and Mario Mancini. Yeah, and then here on, there on, if you want to see me in some short films, you have to wait for that because we're filming. But yeah, other than that, Reverbicon June 5th. And I think that's starting at what, noon to 7?
I believe so, yeah. Yep.
3 hours, 7 hours. I mean, you can buy the record there. You can buy some T-shirts, picture. You can get these cool little bracelets here if you have like a little kid you want to hand some to.
Now, do you have like 8x10s you'll be signing for the folks and everything?
Of course I do. I do have 8x10s. I'll be signing 8x10s. I'll sign your face. I'll paint your nails. Whatever you need me to do, I can do for you.
That's awesome. Listen, I'm gonna be at Reverbicon. I can't wait to finally meet you in person. Shake your hand.
Bring the title so I can beat you down.
I'll bring it with me, man. I got it right here. I'll have it with me.
It's like 15 pounds of pure power right there.
I love it, man. Hey, listen, dude, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you letting us into your world, letting us talk to you for a while. And I'm glad to call you a new friend of the show, bro. I appreciate it.
Can't wait to be back on. If anyone, like I said, just give me a follow, give me a hoot, and hopefully you enjoy me and I'll enjoy you.
You are welcome here anytime, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Foxx Vinyer again, thank you. It was our pleasure. And, bro, I'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks again.
Peace and chicken grease.
Foxx Vinyer, folks. Man, what a cool dude. That was fun, man. I had to it was funny because I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of like, I never interviewed a wrestling dude before. So I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but you know what? It was fun. I had a blast, man. So definitely thank you to Foxx Vinyer. EPD, you around? There's EPD. What up, dude?
What's up?
How'd you like that, man?
He's a riot.
Dude, man. What a cool guy. Shit. I can't wait to meet him at VergCon. We're going to have a lot of fun.
See, I
have a lot of fun that day.
I told you we're
Sure,
out of water elite.
Yeah, man. He's a hometown boy, dude. That's awesome.
That's right. That's right.
So what's new with you, bro? Anything good?
Oh man, the usuals. The usuals.
The usual nonsensicals.
The honeydews, the doggy doos.
Listen, man, I'm a little mad at you for having DeBella subs without me today, bro.
Yeah, you know.
That's pretty messed up.
I was hungry.
But you know what? I understand it.
I almost had an in on a DoorDasher.
That's good, man. I like it. Yeah, dude, what a good. Dude, I had a good time, man. That was awesome. That dude's like very knowledgeable, very cool, down to earth, dude to talk to. I like it. That was fun, man. A lot of fun.
That was a pretty good segment. I like it.
So I got some rapid fire facts, bro.
Do you?
You know the letter Q does not appear in any U.S. state? There's 50 of them. No letter Q, bro. Cow bison hybrids are called beefalo.
That I knew.
You did know that.
Beefalos, yep.
Scotland has 421 words for snow.
421.
421 words for snow in Scotland.
Does that include snow?
I don't know. I believe they'd say snow.
Snow.
The Windy City, which we all know is Chicago, has absolutely nothing to do with the weather. The Windy City is called the Windy City because people from Chicago were known to have big mouths. And people in the surrounding areas started calling them windbags. Then it became the Windy City. True story.
I don't know if that's true.
Peanuts are not technically nuts. They're classified as a hard-shelled dry fruit.
Yeah, well, I would have considered it a tuber because they grow on the ground like a potato.
Hey, it says it's a hard-shelled dry fruit. The longest English word is 189,819 letters.
What word is that? Yep, that one.
I'll dub it in later. Oh, damn it. I knew that was going to happen. My banner got me.
Can you use that in a sentence?
No, I cannot.
Origin, please. Oh, wait.
Oh, Jesus, we're going to spelling bee that. Can you imagine having to spell that for the last word of a spelling bee?
Yeah, that poor little 10-year-old kid.
He'll be like, yeah, dude, fuck you. Second place. I'll take the ribbon. Running amok is actually a medically recognized condition. It's true.
Okay.
Octopus, or octopi, whatever you want to call them. Each one of them lays 56,000 eggs at once.
Just one time.
Well, they do it obviously over and over again, I'm sure, but like one laying of eggs, 56,000 of them.
All of the octopus at once? All the octopi at once?
No, one octopus, 56,000 eggs, single shot. So if there's like 10 of them, There's like 560,000 eggs coming out.
Correct.
Common core.
I was going to make a salty sea joke, but that's saved for the sperm whale.
Cats have fewer toes on their back paws than on their front.
Really?
There's 5 on the front and 4 on the back. But
Sometimes
some cats have that weird little
6,
like thummy looking fucking thing, right? You've seen that, right? They get that weird like 6th fucking toe.
It's like a dew claw, but down on its paw.
And finally, turkeys actually blush when they're excited or scared.
I know they roast good.
They're pretty fucking tasty, whether they're excited or scared. I'm sure if they're going to the oven, they're probably pretty fucking scared. But
At that point, do they really even know?
I don't know, dude. Who the fuck knows? You know what I mean? I'm not a turkey.
At that point, you're pulling their neck out of their stomach after you pull all their gizzards out when you go into stuff.
The gizzards. That'd be a good nickname for somebody. Yeah, what's that dude's name? Gizzard.
Gizzard.
I think I want that nickname. I want somebody else to have that name. I wouldn't want that though. I think Fuzzy's just fine for me, you know?
Yeah.
We're done, bro.
That was a good show.
We've had a full night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a little fuzzy guy behind you wagging his tail. Oh, it's gone. Oh,
He's just wandering through. It's my security. The bunker security. He's just making sure that everything's cool back here. I'm good, bro. Thanks, man. Back to your post.
Highly trained, huh?
He sits over by the door, makes sure nobody gets in, you know?
The bouncer.
Good fucking watch cat. I love him, you know? Nippertown.com, bro.
Nippertown.
For the love of local, all things local around nippertown.com. If you want to find something in regards to entertainment, you want to find something in regards to music, local businesses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, Nippertown's got it. If they don't have it, they will have it extremely soon. Let's put it that way. Jim's always hard at work over there at the Nippertown, what do you want to call that?
Headquarters?
The Nippertown compound. Oh, Jess, that's perfect. She said that the cat is my supervisor. I love it. Go check out nippertown.com, guys. Nippertown.com, and also on Facebook, Insta, and Twitter at Nippertown. Go check them out over there. Speaking of Jess, supervisor, a superb. Shut up! I hate you. Jess has a superb Facebook page. It's called Nautiskulls. Go check that out over there on Facebook. Check out her little corner of the interwebs. And show her some love over there. Christopher James Antiques and Collectibles, of course, they are at 260 Main Street, Lee, Massachusetts. You can go check out Chris's store. He's got a nice little antiques joint up there. Bunch of cool stuff. It's about 45 minutes away. Well worth the drive. Go up there, check it out. Tell Chris we all said hello. And Christopher James Antiques and Collectibles. MyronLozon.com. What can we say about Myron that we haven't already said?
Oh, I know he's working on something new, isn't he?
He's always working on
something. Working on something. Never mind. Forget it. I can't even say that.
Something new coming out. He's got something new in the works now. He just had the that new book that came out, the big book.
I still
for
have
the fundraiser there. That's an amazing book. All the stuff that you see, all my logos, everything I need drawn, done by Myron. MyronLozon.com. You can also find him on Instagram at Psycho Fire Productions. That's Psycho FYRE Productions. Myron Lozon on Facebook. Go check out Myron. Show him some love. If you guys need something custom drawn, that's the man to do it. Yeah, Heavy Metal, A Way of Life. Our friend Dan Lowy over there on his Facebook page called Heavy Metal, A Way of Life. This page is kind of crazy because it's like focused on metal, but it branches out into like all sorts of different metal pages all over the world. I mean that. Like I'm in Ireland, Canada, they're all over the place. I've gotten actually listeners or viewers, whatever you want to call them, from Scotland, from Canada, from Ireland, from the Netherlands, all from Heavy Metal Way of Life. Cool little page. Go check it out. It's on Facebook. Tell Dan we said hello over there. So Heavy Metal Way of Life on Facebook. The lovely, the beautiful, the absolutely stunning Lola Montez. She is on OnlyFans. You can search for her by searching Lola Montez 1821 on OnlyFans. You can also go to Suicide Girls and search for Lola Montez. You will find her. Go show her some love over there. Show your support. Left Hand Creations 666.com. That's our man Jim Wortman. Behind us we have Wortman's Wall. Named it after Jim and Star both. Jim's got a little website. It's called Left Hand Creations 666.com. Jim is an amazing photographer, and does a lot of like the heavy metal band photography for photography, and he also does a lot of landscape stuff, like especially cemeteries and old like. He's done a lot with the steel plant down there, the old steel mill down there, all that stuff. But wicked cool photography. Anything that you see that you want to have a print made out of, Jim can take care of that for you. Send him a message on Facebook. It's Jim Wortman on Facebook, lefthandcreation666.com. Go check out his photography. And like I said, if you have something that you want made into a print, talk to Jim, let him know, and he will, just work out a deal, whatever. Last but certainly not least, Shuffle Extreme Radio. Our friend Ralph over there doing amazing work. I don't want to say God's work, but it's pretty damn close. Ralph puts together a little radio show every day for you guys, putting out some of the best music out there. Go check it out, shuffleextreme.com. Also, make sure you check out Ralph's Capital Underground, which is on nippertown.com exclusively. Every Monday morning, you can go check that out. That's Capital Underground. Go check out executive producer Dan. He's on OnlyFans at OnlyFans/lunchbox.com. Go check him out over there. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to blow up your spot like that. You can check us out, guys. Our social media users follows youtube.com/thatfuzzing518 show. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Tell all your friends. Get them to go over there, like, subscribe, and share also. We'll build our community. We'll make one big happy family of degenerates over here. Facebook.com. That's where most of you go. /518fuzzy. Follow over there. Like it. And, of course, tell your friends. Have them come over and do the same. Our newest two, Insta at thatfuzzing518 show. Follow that one and share. And the most important one for now, TikTok at thatfuzzing518 show. Follow that one. Share it with everybody. Make sure everybody's getting the word out that Fuzzing518 show is on the air. We're doing great things over here. We are doing God's work, my friend.
Just see, I had an invader.
Who's the invader?
Who do you think?
Shadow? Chiorgo, my buddy. She's the best.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
She is awesome. We're done, bro. There she is. That's, you know what? He needs it every once in a while. So we're done, bro. That is it for us.
We need more of that. Come here.
Next week, Friday evening, same time, same channel. Go ahead. Choose your fate. Yes or no?
I know it's coming, so here.
And a ball of flame. He's gone. That's it for me, folks. I am out of here. Another Friday evening in the books. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you so much to Foxx Vinyer for joining us tonight, dude. I had an awesome time. Glad you're a new friend of the show, bro, and look forward to talking to you again soon. Next Friday evening, folks, Red Light Rivals. No, I'm sorry, Red Light Rivals. Can't read my own writing again. Red Light Rivals are going to be here. We're going to talk to them about their new stuff that's coming out and some of their older stuff as well. We'll talk to them about music. We'll talk to them about life and some other assorted nonsense. Following week, June 28th, is going to be Battler. Make sure you guys are all tuning in. But again, that's it for me. Friday evening, another Friday evening in the books. Couldn't do this without you guys. Appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Make sure you guys tune in next weekend. That's the weekend. Next Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Red Light Rivals. More nonsense coming up. I'm going to read you guys your bedtime story, and then we're out of here. There it is, the bedtime story from hell. Guys, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Be cool. And we'll see all you degenerates later. See you, boys and girls.